All right, let's dive into something wild. We're going to be talking about a book that's part sci-fi, part conspiracy thriller, and maybe, just maybe, the most important guide to the absolutely bonkers world we're living in right now. Yep, we're talking about the Illuminatus trilogy. To even get your head around this thing, you have to start right here with this one question. I mean, really think about it. What if everything you think is real, history, politics, science, all of it, is just one big, elaborate, cosmic punchline? Because once you crack open these books, you're going to find, well, all of this. We're talking golden submarines run by anarchist captains, talking dolphins, the lost continent of Atlantis. You've got ancient secret societies in a battle for the ages. You've got John Dillinger and George Washington teaming up, psychotronic weapons that mess with your brain, and, of course, aliens from Sirius. It's a total chaotic mess, and that's exactly the point. So let's try and make some sense of this beautiful madness. What actually is the Illuminatus trilogy? Let's get into the guts of this cult classic that's somehow managed to predict, well, pretty much everything. Okay, so on paper, it's a science fiction trilogy published way back in 1975 by two guys named Robert Shea and Robert Anton Wilson. But what they created was this sprawling monster. They basically took every conspiracy theory you've ever heard of, stirred in a whole lot of occult magic, a heavy dose of psychedelic thinking, and threw it all into a blender. The goal? To make you question literally everything you think is real. But see, at the very heart of this chaotic, sprawling story, there's actually a pretty simple conflict. It's not a war over land or money or power. It's a war for your mind, a battle over the definition of reality itself. And that war boils down to these two sides. On one side, you have the Illuminati. Now, in this book, they stand for order, control, hierarchy, and this belief that there is only one single, capital T, truth. And they're the ones who get to decide what it is. And fighting them, you've got the Discordians. They are all about chaos, freedom, and anarchy. They believe there are tons of different realities, and that the best thing you can do is question everything. Now, Discordianism is actually a real-world parody religion that worships chaos and absurdity. And in the book, these guys are the heroes. People like Hogbard Celine, our submarine captain, they don't fight control with more control. No way. They fight it with jokes, with confusion, with pure, unfiltered freedom. They dissolve order into absurdity. So you're probably thinking, okay, cool, weird 70s book. So what? Well, this is where it gets kind of spooky, because this piece of satire from 1975 somehow turned into an unnervingly accurate roadmap for the 21st century. Starting to sound a little familiar? Oh, it will. I mean, just look at the parallels. It's uncanny. The book is all about competing, contradictory stories fighting for dominance. Today, we call that the post-truth era and fake news. It described a deep, deep distrust of every institution. Sound familiar? It was filled with these totally absurd conspiracies spreading like a virus, which is basically the story of QAnon and viral memes. And the central theme of a single agreed-upon truth shattering into a million pieces, that's our decentralized, chaotic online world. They absolutely nailed it. Let's just let that sink in for a second. Long before we had the internet to break our world into a million little echo chambers, this book described exactly that, the fragmentation of consensus reality. A world where everyone has their own set of facts and nobody can agree on what's even real anymore. Okay, so if the book predicted our mess, does it offer any way out? What are we supposed to learn from all this? The good news is, yeah, it does. The authors didn't just point out the problem. They kind of left behind a survival guide for how to find wisdom inside all the chaos. You could almost call it a user's guide to reality. Step 1 is simple. Question authority, always. Don't just blindly accept the official story. Step 2, embrace uncertainty. The idea that nothing is set in stone can be incredibly freeing, not scary. Step 3, find the balance. This isn't just about cheering for chaos. It's about realizing that real wisdom is somewhere in the middle between total control and total anarchy. And maybe most importantly, step 4, use humor as a weapon. Laughter is the best defense against anyone who takes themselves too seriously. And the key that unlocks all of this is a concept from Robert Anton Wilson called the reality tunnel. The idea is simple but profound. None of us actually experience objective reality. We each see the world through a unique filter made up of our beliefs, our culture, our personal history. We aren't seeing the world as it is, we're seeing our own version of it. We're all the star of our own private movie. And that right there is the big challenge the book leaves you with. The path to wisdom isn't about finding the one true reality tunnel. It's about realizing you're in one in the first place. Once you get that, then you can start trying to peek over the walls and see what the world looks like from somebody else's tunnel. So, what's the big takeaway here? After this entire psychedelic journey, where do we end up? Well, the point isn't to make you paranoid. It's not about hiding from secret societies. It's about something much more powerful. It's about shifting from paranoia to awareness. And after hundreds and hundreds of pages about conspiracies and secret plots, the book drops this truth bomb on you. The ultimate secret is that the secret societies don't really matter. The real power, the thing that both controls us and sets us free, has been inside our own heads the entire time. So the book's final invitation isn't to be afraid of the shadows. It's a call to wake up your own mind, to realize that the ultimate power is your ability to think for yourself, to question everything you're told, and, critically, to be able to laugh at the sheer absurdity of it all. That's real freedom. Which brings us to the final question, the one it leaves for you. If reality isn't this fixed thing that just happens to us, but is something we are actively helping create every single second with our beliefs, then what kind of reality are you going to choose to create?